Hey guys, tis I, the Primal One, Joe. Um, I want to touch on something about religion, Christianity, and the truth, and caring about one another. And I'm going to do it by way of a story. I get seasick. I get really, really bad seasick. And seasickness is worse. If you've never had it, it's worse than the worst flu you ever had. It's bad. You feel just so bad when it really gets a grip on you. And this sucks because I love the ocean with a passion and I love fishing. And you can't fish when you're sick, seasick. It's just so hard. I've been out one of the best fishing days of my life, man. People were raking in lingcod and stuff like crazy. And I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't fish. I was too sick. But anyway, when I was young, this didn't affect me much. But now that I'm older and I bought a boat, I retired, I bought a nice 24-foot striper. It's in pristine condition. It's like showroom new. It's loaded with everything, radar and sonar and every kind of goodie, all this electronic shit I don't even know how to use. Um, and and I go out and I start getting sick. About 8 trips out of 10, I get sick, and it's bad. So working on trying to solve that. Yes, I've tried the bands. Yes, I've tried whatever pill you're going to mention. Yes, I've tried ginger. Yes, I've tried all that stuff. Don't do it. Um, and there are a few things that people keep recommending that I hadn't tried. But anyway, now to get to my story finally. I was fishing with this guy, take him out. He's a good guy. I'm not criticizing. But he had told me when we first met about how bad his seasickness was and how just rough it was on him. But I'm noticing him and I are out chasing tuna, and I'm throwing up and he's not. He's fine. So a year later, finally, circumstances arise such that I'm like, how come you're always, I thought you said you get seasick. I've never seen you seasick. How come you're always, I said, well, I didn't want to say anything because I didn't know how you feel about it. Well, about what? What do you mean not say anything? He says, well, I always smuggle my vape on your boat, and when you're not looking, I vape a little bit of THC, weed, the devil's lettuce, pot, whatever you want to call it. Uh, and he says, that does it for me, man. I'm always suffering from terrible seasickness, but once I found out just a little weed, I'm good, man. I'm totally good. And I don't feel queasy or anything at all anymore. Okay, so the next question is, well, why didn't you mention this while I'm throwing up or in the midst of all the conversations we've had about this? Just curious, you know. He says, well, I witness about Jesus and stuff and talk about Jesus to you, and I just didn't want to put out a bad image. I didn't want you thinking, I didn't know how you felt about that stuff, and I didn't want you thinking, oh, well, this guy's Christian, but he's bad. He does this bad stuff. And so I was keeping it a secret from you to protect Jesus, basically. Okay. First off, this is California in 2023. Weeds everywhere. It's not a big thing. Nobody cares about it. It does not make you crazy or make you wreck your car or any of that stuff. And so that's thing number one. And then thing number two is I don't think leaving somebody suffering while you have possible solution and hiding it from them and stuff is exactly a Christian thing to do. Nor do I think dishonesty is a Christian thing to do. And I know he meant well, but Jesus wasn't about the show, He was about helping those in need. He was about doing the right thing, and about honesty and truth, So don't put on airs. Don't pretend to be something you're not, If you're Christian and you're alcoholic, by all means, don't hide it, because your brothers will help you out, If you're whatever, don't hide it. Be honest. Be you. You are you. You can't be anything else, Especially when your honesty affects how somebody else might suffer or might see themselves, So anyway, I'm going to give his solution a try and see what happens, because I'm not much for being impaired at all, but I have only minor experience with, this topic, but I know from experience that first off, I have to agree. I cannot imagine myself feeling sick on some THC. There was some lightning, and so I think it very well might work. And second off, I also know from experience I'll be fine. I'll be able to operate the boat. I'll be fine. I might forget where I'm going, but now. um, Anyway, if any of you guys have any experience with this and with seasickness, let me know. But please don't recommend the usual things because I've been through all of it. And the only things I have not tried are selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, or like Xanax, or the herb, or alcohol. I'm not much of a drinker either, but a lot of people swear by alcohol. Um, but ultimately, I gotta fix that. Ultimately, I'm willing to give it a try. And if you have any experience with that, let me know. Because see, what seasickness, what motion sickness is it's when the information coming from the balance center in your ears doesn't match the information you're getting with your eyes. And your brain makes you puke when that happens too much because that's a common reaction to poison, to you having been poisoned. So in primitive times, you ate the wrong berries or something like that, things started getting messed up, your brain said, oops, and made you puke to save your life. And so a lot of us just have a hypersensitive part in our brain that is just hypersensitive to that motion and to that mismatch. And the trick is to get that part of your brain to just chill out, Anyway, so that's where we stand, and I will talk to you guys later. And I hope I haven't wasted too much of your time. 7 minutes. I'm out. Let me know what you think, and please be yourselves, man, and tell people the truth. Don't be a phony brother.